We have match number 1 coming in. Let's go. So, Billiam, who is coming into the top cut as a surprise for some people, and he himself is a bit shaking as well, as we saw earlier. We will see how it goes for him. But I would literally want to see what does he have that he's bringing to the table today. Sadly, we did not get to spectate them much.
Which is good for me since I didn't watch any. Not that I didn't want, but I didn't watch any match on the previously on this tournament. But I can see like an Inky here, and also like other teams that are not really that common on the current meta. The neutral Koish really calls my attention, and it feels like a really good pair for 𝗧𝗵𝗶 from 𝗂𝗶𝗆.
Well, the thing
Okay,
is
so
also that that you missed out on a really great match that Lulich played with 𝗬𝗏𝗚, and his 𝗬𝗏𝗚 was not regarding the cheese as well. Even though it was voodoo, but it was not a cheese one. It was actually a legit kind of used one 𝗬𝗏𝗚. But yeah, there's been a lot of different stuff going in today's tournament here.
so this opening, like it's does we know like do you know if it is a special attack Inky or not? Do you
Well,
know?
as I
Do you
said, we
have this
didn't
information?
see any of Billiam's matches other than one which
Ah,
was half,
okay,
so we have very less information about him right now.
okay. Let me get some information here real quick.
Wait, where are you getting that information from? You're not supposed
No,
to
no,
tell it.
I mean about Inky because I don't really know like the all the moves that he has. So I would like to see if it
Ah, if it
has
is Spec
any move.
Master,
Okay,
then it's most likely Thunderstrike. Mm-hmm.
yeah, turn one. But like if it is the physical one, the Fizz Master,
It
it
has
has
sharp
Glass
stabs.
Blade and also Glass Blade turn one. Oh, I doubt that he runs it since it is a real low damage. But
Mm-hmm.
either way, it could be a good option for like threatening the mix turn one.
Well, that is true. I can agree on that. And I think the ban is quite fine. I mean, I think Naga is banned because Billiam's team in itself is just looking so fast in general and also has a lot of neutrals, so he definitely does not want to deal with Naga.
And banning the 𝗂𝗶𝗆 was really good as well, since like 𝗬𝗏𝗀 doesn't appreciate it. It also could tank fire damage from Toucan. It also threatens mix and could like get like fire NATO from like at least tank a fire NATO from 𝗧𝗵𝗆. So good ban from Invincible or Invincible. So just to be sure, it is a BO3, right?
Yes, it is a best of 3 in the top cut. All of the matches are. I hope Talvin and Silent are not playing their match because you're supposed to play after this one is done. But with that being said, for turn one, what do you think? Do you think there is going to be a possible swap, or they are just gonna be chilling and attacking
Oh, it depends
directly?
the way. It depends the way that Invincible build Mix. If Mix can tank and get into the Puppet Master, Mix won't leave the battlefield. Either way, we are about to see if the Mix stays, it gonna land a Crystal Spike on that spot. Yeah, there we go. So we might get the idea that Mix can probably actually like since there is only one good that like one crystal damage, which is Glass Blade. I'm pretty sure that Mix would tank this. So yeah.
I think we have a problem here. Invincible can basically cage from a shook and guarantee the kill on Scunch. And even if that kill is guaranteed, after that, anything that comes in is still gonna take 2x damage from Mix, right? Because Golzi takes 2x from Crystal, Neutral Coach probably takes a mental damage as well. And yeah, the cage comes in, the kill is secured right now with the Manip.
Yeah, good read there. And here we see Manip, it's gonna be enough to kill this Skunch, so the first kill goes for Invincible. And Allergic Spread is used here, applying Toxic Ticks on both of the Tems. Yeah, wait, no, never mind. What I'm saying, Mushuk is immune, of course.
You definitely played some Among Us, I can see your head.
Yeah, brain's not working properly.
Among Us caster, by the way. Okay, neutral coach does come in, huh? But still, it looks pretty rough as well, because Mushuk is just staring it in the eyes, and so is Mix.
Mhm.
I don't know. This mix is just looking so tasty in the left slot, or whatever comes in on the left slot right now. Like Invincible can just keep double laning on that slot, and it should still kill. That's how
Mhm.
weak the left slot is right now. That Nitrosil doesn't even need to be looked at right now. The left slot can just be doubled in.
Basically, I waste water with a Crystal Spike over everything there. And we're gonna see a swap here. And this actually is an uppercut, which is super effective. And the side start is used actually, so different setups here, but okay. It didn't bring Mix down, but it made Mix. Sorry, it didn't bring Carol down, but it made Mix with more stamina since Crystal Spikes use a lot of stamina.
Correct. He was trying to save the stamina while also ensuring that if 𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗍 came in, then the mental damage would hurt the 𝗂𝗀𝗃 as well. So it was covering it
Mhm.
up as well.
So another swap trying to playing around the stamina from Mix, and actually we see Mix retreating here. Afraid of the sharp stabs probably. And here is, yeah, 𝗬𝗃𝗃. So
Well,
uppercut lands on Greg, and narcolap his super effective damage on Mushuk, bringing it down to 55% HP left.
I'm gonna legit put this word out that nobody even touched that Nidrosil. He literally took 3 stacks of, 2 stacks of whip, which is literally 60% stamina gone by itself, and yeah, he's been doing damage to himself. It's like literally he looks like he has some kind of mental damage on himself, and he's damaging himself for some reason. The whip is really giving a lot of whipping dose to the Nidrosil. He's just taking damage by himself, but I think this board is still quite okay. Not the best board that was possible, but I still think Invincible looks in a really comfortable spot, even with this board. Because left slot is just weak.
Yeah, exactly. Like he can continue the pressure. The earth moves from 𝗬𝗃𝗃 basically covers any swap there. And now a wastewater also would guarantee the kill there. I'm pretty sure about this. Like
Yeah,
not
that is
not
so
pretty sure,
true.
but like it looks like. But the cost from this would be basically Mushuk being OX here. Do we know? I didn't pay attention if it is a barrier Mushuk or not. It might be, right?
It most likely is, I think. If I remember correctly, this is not a tireless one. Someone else had a tireless one in this tournament. Because tireless would be at 50 stamina or something middle way. But we will find out, I guess.
And actually, this is a plague there. Trying to use
Oof.
the handcuffs at his disposal. And with the handcuffs, it guarantees that it won't change anymore. But at the same time, look at that damage on 𝗬𝗃𝗃, bringing it down to 45% HP.
Well, the coach is really good at licking, I see. Lick the opponents out so that they can't kill you.
Yeah, that lick is really harmful.
I would say so. Hmm. Now the real thing is Mushuk is okay and ready for wastewater now, and Plague is up, but I think Dust Vortex wastewater should be good enough to get this kill on that fish if required.
Well, like Greg cannot swap anymore. So Greg is basically dead now, and we don't know the speed from Moshuk. But if he wants to guarantee the kill for sure, 𝗬𝗃𝗃 would do play there, guarantee the kill. But the problem is that it gonna apply some toxic takes on 𝗬𝗲. I feel like Narcoleptic is not the best option there, trying to attack the Mushuk since 𝗬𝗲 is threatening the back Thames from Billion. Like, this game looks really good for Invincible. It feels really hard for Billiam to turn it back. But well,
It
especially with
is.
Silken being in the back, just like waiting for the last moment when only 𝗧𝗫𝗀 left, and like Silken can just uh kill 𝗧𝗫𝗀.
I think the thing is the pick and ban really went bad for him, I would say, considering
Mhm.
there was always one slot which could just be doubled in by whichever two techniques that Invincible chose. Like, for example, Dust Vortex and, Wastewater is covering every single thing that comes in. And once this Wolfie is done, probably Mix comes back in again and it's gonna be the same thing again. Mix is I'm gonna cover that spot. So that
Mhm.
that left slot is just so much of a pressure point right now, and 𝗧𝗫𝗀 is just chilling. He's just killing himself by himself. Nobody's even touching 𝗧𝗫𝗀, but he's killing himself somehow, slowly.
I might I might be wrong, but like maybe Billion could play in the following rounds differently. Like
Yeah.
𝗧𝗫𝗀 would be a good swap in to tank those damage, like those incoming damage. Leaving
Mm-hmm.
𝗧𝗫𝗀 in the battlefield basically made this uh he could double up the left spot, and no matter what Billion could swap it, he would get super effective damage no matter what. So maybe bringing 𝗧𝗫𝗀 back and maybe getting some like whips buffs from in another time might be better for Billion in the following games.
Yeah, what you mean is he should have swapped 𝗧𝗫𝗀 out right away when he knew that it's not gonna be focused and get the hold off on something else. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, basically you change for 100% sure that you're gonna do a super effective damage on that spot to something that the opponent needs to guess right where 𝗧𝗫𝗀 will be swapping.
Yeah, that is true. That could have been done, but I still think in the pick ban itself, I think the next match is gonna be more interesting because he got his notes, he knows what he's doing next and what his opponent is
Mhm.
around with, and he can. The pick ban will go a bit differently than this one for sure, is what I am expecting.
Oh, and I got the C. I just noticed.
Okay, sharp stabs coming in on 𝗧𝗫𝗺 doesn't do much. C spikes should be enough to complete this kill, and it is. 𝗧𝗫𝗀 is taking a lot of damage with. Yeah, I think this is rough. I don't think he makes it out of here alive. 3 ticks of spore is gonna be 37.5%. So Fire Tornado should be enough to wrap up this 𝗧𝗫𝗀, who have been on the battlefield for the last, I don't even know how many turns. He's just chilling. 𝗧𝗫𝗀 can be a really good tem when it is treated as a threat. This game it was not treated as a threat. He was just chilling, but he couldn't do much. Twitch's new thing is Arbory, my bad. But okay, let us take a look at these teams again. I think to Rock would have been a solid choice considering Invincible's team other side. What do you think Zhao can be the improvement over the pick ban from the last match?
Um, like the Thames that Billion had was not bad. Like, especially if he could somehow get one speed buff for 𝗀𝗀𝗇. 𝗀𝗀𝗇 could apply some good pressure back for Invincible.
Well, there's
Uh,
only there's only one problem he has. Like, okay, he bans Karawat now, but the thing is, how do you deal with Naga or Mix? And Mix in general is such a big problem for Billiam's team.
mm-hmm.
T-
Oh, so this is a good answer. Like bringing 𝗂𝗶𝗆 doesn't allow Mix to join him, but he would have to handle Nagais now.
Well, Nagas is even worse than Mix if you ask me, because you just know how insanely, quickly it gets out of hand when it comes to Naga. Like one madness buff, and well, she starts to like wreaking havoc in the battlefield, just like that.
Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, Billion has three good options as answer for Nagais. So let's see how he goes from turn one.
I mean, other than Idrisil, her answers are pretty weak. Sorry, his answers are pretty weak right now, to be honest. Cause if the Naga is madness buffed, she is gonna one shot the Skunch no matter what. She is gonna one shot the Golzy, and a Fury should be good enough to kill that Inky as well. To be honest, at least I have killed a few Inkies back in past, unless this one is some other build or spread accordingly. But I still think this might be a bit rough. Um,
Well, Nitrosy was banned, so now the last pick from Billion. Like Gozi is a good pick, but okay, he decided to go for Skunch, maybe another good Quetzal partner. And Skunch by itself, like I don't know if it runs 𝗬𝗃. 𝗬𝗃 could give some control of the battlefield. Savage Suplex and Oshidashi has also really good moves. And after the Deceit Aura, the Ninja Jutsu also applies a lot of damage. Not speaking of like the P-Jab, but I feel it is really hard. Like this Nagais has a lot of pressure right now. And in the
mhm.
following turn, like a Madness buff might be used here, right?
I mean, I would smell a madness buff right now. And from that point onwards, this Naga is just gonna put on the weight and start lifting heavy. As I said, madness buff going straight up.
Yeah. And here we see a wastewater being used on Barnshi, but at the same time, 𝗂𝗆𝗆 decided to heat up as well.
And the thing
And we
is,
see a better burst. Oh, going for Nagais. So yeah, since Nagais is the main threat here, he wants to try to do as much damage as possible on this Nagais. Nagais
well,
might now be tempted to use the Nagai Fury, but I think Billion has some good swaps there. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
I was just saying that this is a clean kill because he attacked the Banshee to bring it in the Fury range, and even if it's not in Fury range, the +1 speed is not helping the Banshee right now because it is definitely going second. It is going to die, and I think the wastewater will be going straight up to the fish.
Ooh, so this is a double kill. Oh yeah.
Oh boy, this Naga is wreaking havoc today. There is no mercy, and it is gonna be ready for another turn of hit and miss. I think Naga can kill one more time before it goes out for home safely, I think. I mean, that Inky. Okay, actually, you know what? Inky is not dying because Inky can die from a Fury, but not from a mental attack right now. So Inky is looking good, but here's the thing: 𝗂𝗆𝗆 is looking pretty deadly on Mix, on Nidrasil. Not sure of Wolfie, but does Wolfie want to come in? Is the question on that spot. An uppercut is definitely gonna hurt the Inky for sure. Like it's getting it down to 50 for sure. Once that Inky is done and dealt with, this Naga can come back in and sweep the match easily. One turn of the
I
Sidora will be left if she comes in on death, that is.
well, I wonder if he cannot like do a double up on Inky's spot and guarantee the kill there. Especially with a Nagai's +2 special attack. Like a
Okay, he
side
can.
surge
He can.
and an
But what if
uppercut might be
Inky
enough.
Inky is not speedy? What if that? But yeah, he definitely can do that. That is definitely a thing. And I think that's what he is going with.
Oh, never
Never
mind. He was going
mind.
for the 𝗂𝗆𝗆𝗆, and instead of 𝗂𝗆𝗆𝗆, he got banned. And here we see an uppercut. It does really good damage on Inky, and Inky goes for the Sparkling Bullet, finish the instant guys off. So would it be an Inky and a 𝗂𝗫𝗄 versus the rest of Invincible team?
So 𝗂𝗫𝗄
Oh,
versus the world is about to strike. Is this hopeless tonic 𝗂𝗫𝗄 or something?
no, no, it is a
Question
fake
mark.
beer, and this is a little problematic because fake beer won't
Hmm.
be procced there.
Actually,
We
you're
are
right.
seeing it is already with a proc from like the Invigorate buff. So the things are looking pretty hard for Billion.
It's actually looking very tough for him to make a comeback. That Naga was just such a disaster, and I guess that is why you banned Naga. And if he did ban Naga, then the mix was a big problem. But this match, he had both Naga and mix to deal with. But holy crap, that is a lot of damage coming in from that Inky. But Inky
Yeah,
will
but at the
be
same
going
time,
down.
yeah, but at the same time, look at it's one Tem down, so it's only 𝗂𝗫𝗄 to handle here. And I'm pretty sure that 𝗂𝗫𝗄 doesn't have his stamina enough to handle all the rest of the Tems.
Yeah,
So
this is very rough. And Mix is in Puppet Master. Mix is just chilling.
what did
Uh,
he ban instead of Naga? I don't recall.
it was the Scaravot.
This Caravat? Okay. Yeah, maybe Naga is more problematic, but okay. Here we see 𝗂𝗫𝗄 getting
He's
a
to
lot of
rock.
damage.
So Billiam's to rock got banned, which is why he went for Scaravot, I think, as he had no answers for Scaravot as well. But this team has very low answers for Crystal or mental terms in general, and that's pretty rough actually. It has answers for Crystal actually, but it is also weak to Crystal, so they can shred you apart while you can shred them apart. But this mix, he's just chilling right now. He's not gonna move anywhere. He's just gonna aim and nip spam. Should be good enough to kill that 𝗂𝗫𝗄, I think.
Yeah, the stamina control is insane here. Because you can see a Plague now and Flame Meteorite gonna land and mix, but with a huge
No,
buff, so which
Wolfie.
𝗂𝗫𝗄 is gonna... Oh, it is going to 𝗬𝗪. Okay,
Puppet
it
Master,
guarantees a
Zao.
kill. Sorry?
Puppet Master. He can't
Oh yeah,
attack the
Puppet
mix.
Master. Yeah, you're completely right. But at the same time, like, it makes guarantees the kill here with Side Search, so the first finalist will be Invincible.